Hey guys, my name is Matimo, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Mailbox. This is a video series where you, the viewer, can submit your gaming or Battlefield-related questions, and then I will give my humble opinion on them. To get the formats out of the way real quick, if you would like to submit your own question that could be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below, or by sending me a Facebook and Twitter message. The first question for today comes from Clockman, and it is, do you think that DICE will ever fix the reload bug in Battlefield? Oh, Clockman, do I have good news for you. So just the other day, like literally the other day, a DICE developer tweeted out that apparently they have fixed the reload bug in Battlefield. This comes as a bit of a surprise for a lot of people, me included, because if you've been paying attention over the last couple of years, you would have noticed that this doesn't seem to be an issue just with Battlefield 4 and the Battlefield franchise, but with pretty much every Frostbite game that has come out that has some sort of reload mechanic. It was present in Battlefield 3, it was in Hardline, Medal of Honor Warfighter had the reload bug, even though it's not even a Battlefield game, and then of course in Battlefield 4. And so when we looked at it from those multiple games, it seems like the heart of the issue was something wrong with the engine itself. And so the fact that a DICE developer has come out and said that they've resolved the issue for Battlefield 4 gives me hope that not only BF4's issues are going to be resolved, but all future Battlefield games will hopefully not have this goddamn reload bug. I am a little hesitant because one of the reasons why they weren't able to fix it over this last couple of years, because it has been an issue for this long, was that they had no idea how to create the problem. Usually bugs, you can recreate them very easily, or there's some mechanism that you can do in-game that will cause the bug. That makes it very easy, or relatively easy, for them to go on and fix it. But because these reload bugs seem to be completely random, it was very hard for DICE to identify what the core issue was and go in and, of course, fix the problem. And so I'm hoping that they'll update the CTE quickly with this new update so that we can get hundreds of eyeballs on it, hundreds of hours in-game to make sure that this is no longer an issue. And if that is the case, I have to give a huge tip of my hat to DICE LA. If they have finally fixed and resolved this problem, that is going to be a huge step for Battlefield. And so to answer your question, Clockman, it's probably going to come in the summer patch or the one after that. It may take them a little bit more internal testing before they're ready and confident to release this to the masses. But regardless, the fact that this is coming is a glorious day to be a fan of Battlefield 4, and I could not be happier. The next question comes from Saul, and it is, what do you think about having a Battlefield DLC for an upcoming title like Battlefield 5 that has dinosaurs in it? I don't really know how I feel about having a Dino DLC, because I know that a lot of people would like it because there was that huge joke back in Battlefield 3 with the dino in the tank, and it sprouted all these rumors that there was going to be dinos in Battlefield. But do we really want to have something like that in the Battlefield franchise? As soon as they do something like that, especially for a core Battlefield game, does that take away from what the series is known for, which is authentic, realistic, all-out warfare? As soon as you do that as well, then you also have to take in the consideration that this is going to cause more development time. They're going to have to pull resources that could go into a normal Battlefield 5 DLC that would feature maps, new weapons, and would go into this dino survival game mode or whatever the hell it would be. I mean, it could be cool. It could be the thing that gets more people involved in the Battlefield franchise. I mean, a lot of people play Call of Duty, especially the Treyarch games, because of COD Zombies. Like, COD Zombies has become its own thing. But do we want to have that for Battlefield? Do we want to have a dino survival? I really don't know. And so I'd like to get your guys' take on this. Do you like the idea of having something fun and completely different in a DLC format in the next Battlefield title? Do you want them to spend the resources on that? Or would you rather them just focus on what makes Battlefield Battlefield and maybe do like a spin-off game or a I don't even know. Let me know your thoughts down below. The next question comes from Ricardo, and it is, I was wondering if you like the idea of DICE implementing a new combat visor / goggle gadget. I think a good way to make it a useful gadget is that it would drastically reduce the effects of flashbangs, laser sights, flashlights, and even moderately reduce the visibility effect of suppression. I don't know if I like this idea, because it sounds like you're just trying to combat the new flashbangs in the game. laser sights really aren't a problem. They don't really blind you. I wouldn't even say that the flashlight blinds you all that often. Really, the only application that this would have in Battlefield 4 is that it would hopefully reduce the effects of flashbangs. I don't think that we should add in a new gadget to combat something that wasn't a severe issue in the last patch. I think what DICE really needs to do is just sit down and try to figure out what they want the role of the flashbang to be. Do they want it to be something that completely blinds you for a good 5 to 10 seconds and destroys anyone that's not even looking at it? Then that's kind of what we have right now. Or do they want to do what they have right now in the CTE, where they've now tweaked it to the point where if you're not looking directly at the flashbang and you've got your back to it, you now will not have that flash effect going off and you're not going to be blinded whatsoever. I'm kind of leaning more towards just changing it like they have right now on the CTE. There's really no reason to add in a brand new gadget to try to combat something that wasn't much of an issue before. Like, it's just kind of adding more bloat to the game, and it's kind of trying to solve something that would be easily resolved by just making some small, subtle changes to the thing that you think might be a little bit too overpowered. The flashbangs in their current state need some sort of adjustment. I don't care what anyone says. I think this is the consensus of the community, is that they're just too good right now. If you're playing on Metro and on Locker, I feel kind of like a broken record at this point. They are just flat out disgusting to fight against. It's not fun. It's not fun standing in a hallway and just being flashbang continuously. It detracts from the experience, but we still want it to be a weapon. We still want it to be a grenade that has viability. And so I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks, they will be able to make some more adjustments on the CTE. Those will be the adjustments that we need, and when they finally go live with the summer patch, it will be in a much better state. And so while I like that you're trying to resolve the flashbangs, I just don't think that this is really necessary in Battlefield 4. The next question comes from Jet, and it is, do you think that the active protection for tanks is overpowered? It forces you to use that attachment as there is no real reason to use anything else, and not having it means that you lose 9 out of 10 tank battles. I would agree with you 100% on this one, Jet, and I would be very surprised in the next Battlefield game if they did have active protection. We didn't have active protection in the past Battlefield games, and tanks were still amazing in those past titles. It really wasn't necessary. The thing about Battlefield 4, though, is that there are so many things in the game right now that absolutely murder tanks. Like, every single class except for the Assault now has some ability of taking out a tank. There's things scattered around the battlefield. There are so many vehicles that can damage a tank that I think that active protection is kind of necessary right now. If you took away active protection in Battlefield 4, I think that tanks overall wouldn't be all that great. I think that they still would be effective, but they would have a hard time competing against every other thing in the game right now. And so my hope is that the next Battlefield title, that DICE will realize that maybe they need to tone down the amount of things that can take out these vehicles, maybe not go so heavily on the amount of rockets that are in the game, but also maybe not have active protection so that we can have more customization that is viable. Maybe what they just need to do is make all of the other ones more viable, but I can't, for the life of me, figure out how that can be the case. The reason why active protection is as amazing as it is because if you're good enough, it can block everything. I mean, TV missiles is the one exception, but if you see a RPG flying at you, smoke's not gonna help you out with that. Active protection is going to. A javelin flying towards you, smoke will help you there, but same with active protection. Active protection does everything better than all of the others, and I just can't see how you could elevate the power of the other accessories, the other tools in the arsenal of the tank, to make them in line with active protection. So my hope is that while, yeah, it probably won't happen for Battlefield 4, in the next Battlefield game, they'll reconsider the balance of tanks and active protection won't be in there. That's just my 2 cents, though. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's Sunday Mailbox. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you would like to submit your own question that can be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below or by sending me a Facebook and Twitter message. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.